That's the first thing. It's about getting acclimatized to the weather and getting some techniques on how to handle the cold weather, especially for us moms, because number one is when you wash the plates, it's cold. They will post it in their Facebook page, all the barangays that are affected, and if they are fixing power lines after a storm, they also update you of the different things that you need to know, like the schedule of when they are approximately gonna do it. Hello Momshies, welcome to this vlog. Today I'm going to give you an almost 2 years update of what it's like living here in Baguio City. So sa mga Momshies natin na nakikinig, I'm gonna speak in English for the benefit of those who are watching that are not here in the Philippines or not Filipinos but are also curious about our journey in living here in Baguio City. So let's go ahead and get started. We started living in Baguio City in December 2020, and that was supposed to be a Christmas vacation for 1 month. But then the lockdowns are still in place, and then we decided to extend, and now it's 2022. We are approaching our 2-year anniversary by the end of this year. And I just want to share with you the things that we have realized, discovered as people who moved in this beautiful place, who have no idea on what it's like in living with this kind of weather and this kind of altitude, and how we are adjusting to our life here because we have lived somewhere in like Metro Manila, a big city before, and now we're adjusting to the life of a chill, provincial life or country life for those who are outside the Philippines. So these are our realizations, and we'll start right away. The first one is we finally got used to the weather here, especially when it comes to washing the plates, because here in Baguio City we still wash the plates manually, and sometimes when it's too cold, the water is too cold, so we learned different techniques on how to cope with fat solidifying right away, making sure that the sinks and the plumbing is intact. So what we do, we don't throw anything that is oily in the sink. We never throw food or any oil, cooked oil in the sink. We throw it outside, or we throw it in a separate bin for segregation. That's another topic. But we have adjusted to making sure that our bodies have adjusted to the weather. In fact, whenever we go down for a swim in Asin, we suddenly feel the humidity and the heat, which we are somehow being exempted living here in Baguio City, and it has been great so far. So when it comes to the cold coming out of the faucet, my hands are also being very adjusted to that. When it's become very, very cold during the months of, let's say, December or November, I will just use a regular gloves to wash the dishes. And if my food is oily, our food is really oily and it's hard to remove, we use the last wash of hot water on the dishes to make sure everything is clean and oil-free. It is one of the comments on my previous video. Thank you so much for commenting on that. On my other video, it's been a hit, I could say. It's about 10 things nobody talks about in living in Baguio City. So thank you so much for supporting that video and commenting on it. I've been using your suggestions for those who are already living in Baguio and giving me some tips on how to cope up in adjusting to living here in the city. So yun, that's the first thing. It's about getting acclimatized to the weather and getting some techniques on how to handle the cold weather, especially for us moms, because number one is when you wash the plates, it's cold. And number two, we become very, very paranoid. We became paranoid of the rain. Guys, mga Momshies, we we do own now boots for the whole family. We own boots because there are months that everything is wet and everything is muddy. So my shoes, my rubber shoes are gonna be destroyed when we use it. So I always have in my diaper bag 2 sets of umbrella, folding umbrella, small umbrella, just in case, because usually here in Baguio City it's sunny and beautiful in the morning, and then right about in the afternoon during the off-season months it's just gonna drizzle, it's gonna rain hard. You never know what you're gonna get. It's either pouring rain or just a drizzle. So sometimes, or most of the time when we are in the park, we just make sure that we stay near where we park our car so we won't get drenched, because one time we literally got drenched on a picnic and it was a really sunny day and suddenly just drenched us. So I have 2 small kids. It's impossible for us to run away from the rain that fast. So lesson learned, always bring umbrella with you. Lesson number 3 that we learned from living here in Baguio City is I became so much better in handling molds. You know, that's my public enemy number 1, molds. If you watch my previous video, talagang I really hated on molds because I've never dealt with it before. I'm so not used to it and it just irks. So it's disgusting to me. So now I become so much better in handling it. What we do is we make sure that we open our windows once a day to make sure that there's air circulation, and then we also use several things. There's a manual dehumidifier that we bought from Japan Home. It's on my Japan Home haul video. You could check it out. I got my 3 for 100, so that's really nice. And also I use an electronic dehumidifier on our bedroom, wherein our biggest item that I don't like to catch molds is our mattress. So we protect our mattress. We put a mattress protector on it just to make sure that if it catches molds, the mattress protector will catch it first, not the mattress, because when the mattress itself catch the molds, I don't know what am I gonna do. So there's a dehumidifier 24/7 on our bedroom for that. And also our bedroom has our closet, because I just realized living in Baguio City, everything can catch molds. Shoes, shirts, towels, beds, pillows, every single thing catches molds. So on our closet, I make sure it's open during the daytime so that the air circulates, and I also put a lot of these small dehumidifier cans on each part of the closet so that my clothes that I'm not wearing don't catch molds. And at the same time, our electric dehumidifier is on that room, so hopefully it will catch all the humidity. And it is funny because if you live in the city, in Metro Manila, you are used to using these balls, moth balls, so that the insects will not come and eat your clothes. Here in Baguio City, I'm replacing those moth balls with this dehumidifier cans so that the molds will not catch my cans. There's one bag that I had to let go because it caught molds, and oh my god, I love that bag, but I have to let it go because it's just impossible to clean it. And sometimes when it catches molds, even if you bleach it, if you clean it out, there's marks left on it. So just I can say that I've become much better. Knock on wood, I've become much better at handling molds. So yeah, molds and me, we don't get along. Anyways, lesson number 4, Momshies, and for all of us, or for all of those watching, is the things that I have really loved in living in the Baguio City climate is the climate itself. In itself, it has been so good. The kids nap longer, they sleep longer. When we went back to Manila to pack up our things at our old apartment, I've noticed we all reverted back to sleeping at 12, 11, or 11 p.m. or 12 a.m. because it's just so hard to sleep with the the summer heat, even though we are exposed in the air conditioning. Our air conditioning, poor thing, he's been running 24/7 when we were packing our things there. And the kids, they just don't feel like sleeping at all. They're not tired because they're hot and energetic. Here in Baguio City, around in a whole day, it depends probably on the age of your child, but around 11 or 1 o'clock, my youngest will be like super sleepy and he will take a nap. If he didn't take a nap during the day, by 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. he's down to sleep for the whole night. And he will just wake up at 6 or 5 in the morning the next day, which is awesome for me. So that is it. That's the kids. I think that they have a very, very good feeling as well when they're living here in Baguio City. When it comes to the climate, they can rest well, they can sleep better, and yeah, so far we have no problems with the kids catching colds because I make sure that they wear their jacket when it's really biting cold. And right now it's the summer season, so we have sun all day, so it's been very nice. It's been like just 23, 20 degrees here, and it's like the weather, you can still wear a shirt but not wear a jacket because you're not so cold and also you're not so hot. So yeah, that's the weather here so far. And the fifth thing that I want to update you guys with about living in Baguio City is the Baguio City is becoming a smart city. So what does that mean? Right now we use a Baguio passport app, and it has been really like techy on the technical side, advanced. Let me show you. So this is like the app. It's called BCPA. I think that's for the government, and I also have a passport scanner for Baguio City. What this does is this makes sure that our vaccine details are updated. All of our vaccine things are here on this app for our whole family, and then our certificates, they're all just uploaded on this app, and it's so much easy to use. Whenever somebody asks for our vaccine certificate, there we go. It's easy. And I also have this Baguio in my pocket app. So it's just like this. This is my picture and this is Baguio in my pocket. You use this for government transactions. If you want to go to City Hall, if you need to get a cedula or something, you can't go inside, literally in the City Hall, if you don't have this Baguio in my pocket app. So they just want you to register through the app as a citizen or something like that. So yeah, it has been really technologically advanced. That's what I can say compared to our experience in living with other cities in the country. Especially Momshies, you know me, we are building our own home, our own house. So when we were applying for CBAO, the permits to build the house, like the building permit from CBAO, we don't have to go there physically anymore. The application is just done through the app. I think you just have to go there one time and then you will see where your application is, which department it is, has it been approved, does it need revisions, because this is really a stressful time when you're trying to build your own home. So we're very lucky that Baguio City, they do this process through online. There is no under the table, there is no waiting in line to speak to a certain department, to a certain person. You know, it's so convenient. We are like really impressed with the way the government handles the permits and the licenses. It's so smooth, guys. Talaga, as in, I wish it's like this throughout the whole country. Alright, okay, so that's about it about Baguio City being a smart city. I also think we recently, if you keep up to date with the Facebook page of Baguio, we recently changed all our street lights into LED lights, and there's so many things that they're trying to improve, to make sure that the city is as its most efficient possible, starting with it being a smart city. So yeah, it's so nice. Momshies. Okay, the next thing that I want to share with you guys is our experience throughout throughout this time that we're living in Baguio City. I get a lot of questions about brownout, power interruptions, things like that, and how we could have, how have we been dealing with it, how often does it happen. So Momshies, throughout the year or almost 2 years that we have been staying here, I could say that they really do a maintenance power outage at a regular basis here in the city, just because the city is a mountainous city, and whenever we get hit by a typhoon, all these lines are broken. So they just want to make sure that everything is working and no lines are broken. Power lines are easily broken because we're up high there. We easily get hit because we still don't have the underground power lines like the one that they have abroad. So it's kind of like physically impossible to avoid power outages because we are a tropical country and we get monsoons all the time. So in our experience the past year, we never experienced like a very severe brownout or power outage. I guess the longest that we experienced is 3 days. 3 days no power. That's it, because I think that was the time there's a typhoon or something like that. But usually the power outage, the maintenance one, the scheduled one, they will do it for like 24-hour period, and then you will have notice as well. They will post it in their Facebook page, all the barangays that are affected, and if they are fixing power lines after a storm, they also update you of the different things that you need to know, like the schedule of when they are approximately gonna do it. The worst is 3 days. Really had no internet because our internet is dependent on power. Even if it's not connected, the main internet line is having a power outage, so it cannot distribute internet to others. So we really need to have the power lines fixed if we want to have internet. We try to use something like plug and play internet. In our area, doesn't have a signal with Globe, so and PLDT. So this area doesn't have backup internet. So in any case that we have power outage, we will have to go to the city, to the town, to be able to get some signal, or to go to a co-working space to have internet for us. So yeah, that's the worst. It happens like only once, the really worst power outage that we have experienced. It affected work, but home life not so, because we still feel cool and cold. So brownout here, I remember when I was living in Metro Manila, there was a brownout and I have to stay awake throughout the night to find my kids because it's so hot. They're like sweating all over and they can't sleep. So I physically have to find them because my electronic or emergency type of electric fans ran out of battery. There's no more power banks that could power the emergency electric fans. So not worth it. But here, if it's brownout, it's okay. The kids can still sleep. We're still feeling cold. We just have to find other ways. For us, it's just like a normal day because we usually go to the parks to have picnics. So we'll just go on a picnic whenever there's brownout and wait for the light to come back so that we will, when we come back, there's light already. So yeah, usually that's what we do. And the thing that affected us, our household specifically, is because we cook using an induction cooker or an electric type of stove. So when it's brown out, we can't cook, we can't use the microwave. That's why we bought ourselves like the camping type of stove that uses gas, like a small kind of gas. So we barely use that. So that's what we do whenever there's brown. We cook through that. pots and pans we can still use through that gas stove. So yeah, that's how we coped when there is no power. When it comes to living here, generally I really am so blessed and happy that we decided to be here, because you know, you work hard all day. For example, 8 to 5, you're hardworking, busy in your laptop, or doing some hosting, or doing lots of things for work, editing, filming, all of that. Whenever the day is about to end, and we know that we wanted to recharge, or we wanted to have some entertainment, we don't 100% just go to our phones and TV and watch Netflix. We go to the parks instead, and we feel as if we got bathed in nature, and then we get re-energized for it. The best thing about it is that we don't have to travel far to experience it, and we don't have to go have a lot of effort to go to another town, another city, just to have that. Here in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you could go to Burnham Park, you could go to Scouts Hill Park in Camp Janhe, and just chill and relax, have a cup of coffee, and go home. It's still 7 or 6, and you can still have dinner back at the comfort of your home. So for us, that's one of the best novelty of living here. And after 2 years of doing it, I feel like I still like it. I don't feel like it's something na sawa na ako. I don't know what's the English. Something that I don't appreciate anymore. I really do still appreciate it every single time. The only thing that's changed is that our home is just 15 minutes away, other than about 6-hour drive away. So whenever we go to the park, we feel like, oh my god, we're so happy that there's not much traffic. Sometimes there is traffic, especially during high season. So that's that. But it's nothing compared to Metro Manila. So you will sit in your car for 2 hours, nothing like that. So that's our experience so far. Of course, when it comes to cost of living here, I already have a video on that. Make sure that you check out my cost of living in Baguio City video. It's also in English, designed for you guys who has been always asking me, please talk in English next time, because I'm researching about Baguio City. So this one is another video for you. So I hope that you enjoyed it. If I missed something, if you have any questions about living here in Baguio City, I could answer off the best of my abilities. Make sure you comment it on the comment section box below, because we can make this into a series, and I could make another set of videos for your questions next time. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Do give me a like if you like this video, and consider subscribing to my channel for more Baguio City vlogs. If you want to see how we live our lives here in Baguio City, just go on and click that subscribe button down there, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye! And now, you bring your tennis things. Say good morning, Anna. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, now I'm just preparing for us to leave. Ayun na si Kuya. Grace slide! O yun. Ito ang slide. Ang mas maliit. 100 slot!
Kuya.
Gusto mo mag-hot? Walang pumunta siya. Silang dalawa ni dada niya.